Okay, so hello and welcome everyone. Before we get into our meditation, I want to share with you some movements that will help put your lower back into alignment. This meditation is going to take you from the root to the sacral. Okay, so this first motion, this is me. I have my legs up off of the floor, so now I'm putting my feet on the floor and I'm going to do the same movement. So these are just two options as to which one you want to do. Okay, and this is going to help you with moving from the root to the sacral, not just in spirit but in body as well. All right, so you should reach your sacral potential within the next 3 weeks. By then, I will have a new meditation for the solar plex. We're going to work our way up through our chakras with connecting body and spirit. Oh no. You see my skin? That's my eczema. So, this is actually a sign of overstimulation for my sacral chakra. Okay, so my eczema is triggered by like stress and pretty much stress, okay, or inflammation, meaning that I'm not eating. I need to eat more anti-inflammatory foods, okay? So I hope that you have enjoyed my meditation. I actually created that meditation about 4 weeks ago, and I didn't want to put it out. I really didn't want anybody to see it because I am doing things to where I'm trying to see more results. Now, I needed some help with getting to my sacral chakra because I wasn't feeling creative. I wasn't feeling motivated. Motivated was the biggest thing. That's the biggest word for me, is the motivation, self-motivation. So I created that meditation and I trusted it, and here we are. Okay, 4 weeks later, and I'm overstimulated, which means that I am overhealed. Okay, there is a such thing as being overhealed. Too much of anything is not good for you. Okay, so I noticed, because I usually, I get eczema. It breaks out in between my arms and the back of my legs. I got a little bit on my lower back. I got it up under my breast and a little on my stomach. I got it here. I had been breaking out on my hands and my foot, and I was just like, what's going on? It's something. The body speaks. The body speaks. It's trying to communicate with the brain. Okay, your brain is trying to communicate to you, so it's doing that through your body. Okay, and the thing is that usually whenever I start having breakouts, I'll get into my herbs. I'll do extra self-care. I have been doing that, but it's been a struggle. So I was actually enlightened. I'm just like, you know what? I'm overstimulated within the root chakra. Okay, so how do I know this? A lot of things have been overly sexed in my mind. Okay, now the thing is, you got to know who you are. You got to know yourself real well, because the chakras have colors, right? So the thing is that chakra can become so bright that it's blinding, or that chakra can become so dark. Here come the shadows, and we all got demons. Okay, now you people out here, they got jealousy issues. Okay, I got lusty issues. So okay, I'm just being real. This is why I do so much work on myself. You have to know who you are. You have to, and you have to accept it. And you have to nurture it, and you have to take care of it, and you have to love it. It's not necessarily about changing, because the change is going to happen regardless. And it's not necessarily a change, it's an evolution, like an upgrade, a shedding of the old self. Okay, you're still there, but there's a certain layer, whatever is not working for you anymore, it gets shedded off. Okay, so it's not a problem that you're not a problem. Who you are is not a problem. It's not about what you do, it's about how you do it. And for some individuals, we have to get a little more creative in the way in which that we do things, and we can definitely do that with exercising and practicing perspective. Now, the thing is though, when it comes, because baby, I'm just like, hold on. I feel like, so hold on, had to let him go back. So the thing is that when you ascend, it's like the chakra turns white and you're supposed to move on, and then the chakra goes back to color. Okay, so the thing is that I ascended, the chakra hit white, but I tried to hold on to that light. Okay, so by trying to hold on, now that light is becoming dim and it's getting darker. Okay, so I'm just like, damn, these shadows these shadows is getting out of control. You got to know your shadows. Yes sir, you got to know what they're capable of, because some people share the same shadows. You know what you're capable of, you know what they're capable of too. Okay, so got to be true to you. The only way you got to know who you are, you got to be true to you. So I'm just like, oh my God, it is so overly sexed in here. I'm thinking about sex all the time. I'm drawing sex. I'm writing about sex. I'm thinking about it. And I'm talking about, I'm so in my head, I'm not doing nothing. And when I do something, it has a lot to do, you know, with like sex and stuff. So I'm just like, what is going on here? You know, like okay, who we are behind closed doors is supposed to be, you know, behind closed doors. However, you know, I do get into the yoni. I do embrace sexuality, you know, but my thing is I like to do it in a very tasteful way. But the way I've been feeling, it's just been urging this out of control. It's like a beast that's chained down and it's starting to slowly break through them chains. I said, oh no, girl. Oh no, girl. Okay, because the thing is, you know, the wolves are ascending. The predators are coming. The predators are out. Okay, so it's kind of like now we have to raise the vibe. Okay, I said it in a video and I was just like, I have to raise the vibration, but I don't understand why I have to raise the vibration. So I was enlightened to it. So here we are. Here we are once again. So I said to myself, I said, wow, my meditation actually worked. You see, usually when I'm rising, when I'm working on my chakras, it's in the twin flame connections. So I'm not in the twin flame. I'm not in the connection. So, but I need some help. You know what I'm saying? I realized from this experience too, that I have stagnated myself a lot in the past, being in certain chakras, you know, and I'm just like, wow, that's why I was going through certain things. That's why this was happening to me. Like, it just started ringing bells for me. I was like, oh my goodness, you know, the way in which that I am experiencing the chakra system is so substantiated now. You know, it's taking me deeper into higher understanding, if that makes sense. So I said, wow, this shit worked. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put it out. So how do you know you need healing in your root chakra? Subconsciously, you don't feel good enough for living. Okay, which means that you're all about work, money. It's uptight, it's serious. You're focused on things that do not grow. So you're chasing that bag. You know, you're either always in your phone, you're always working, always thinking about the past, or you're always in the future, but you're not in the present. Being in the present is when you are living. So when you're going through that anxiety, that overthinking within your mind about the past or what's going to happen in the future, okay, it's time to come up from that root chakra. That's also a sign that the root chakra needs work. But majority of people operate out of the root chakra. And even if the root chakra is damaged, you don't necessarily have to work on the root chakra. You can work on moving to the sacral chakra. It's like a ladder. Okay, so I thought that I had to focus in on them one by one, but through my music, through my meditation, I realized I'm just like, I can climb towards my ascension. I don't have to, you know, I don't have to get there and then work on it, if that makes sense. Okay, so I was like, wow, this is great. So I'm going to start with an uplifting of the chakra meditation series. Okay, that's going to be real cool. It's going to take me time because the work, I mean, I guess the time depends on the individual, but me, when it comes to me, it took me 3 weeks. Okay, so I'm going to say anywhere from 3 to 4 weeks. So if you can't tell that you're ready to evolve, then in 3 to 4 weeks, just move on to the next. Okay, and see what happens. Just keep going. Okay, you're going to be enlightened about things. Things are going to come into clarity along the way. Okay, all right, so that's it. So until next time, we'll talk again. Thank you.